Hey everyone, and welcome back to another day in my life at uni. I haven't done one of these in so long after placement, so super excited to be back and showing you guys how I study, recipes, what I eat in a day. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more uni content. Final year, let's go. It's not that I want you here. Welcome to this day in my life at uni. I have got a full day on today. Well, to be honest, I've been doing like full days every day. Like I'm trying to do like a 9 to 5, 9 till 6 type schedule. And honestly, I'm kind of exhausted. Like I forgot how much effort uni is. Like it's way harder than having a job. I feel like because in work you kind of learn your tasks that are your job, and then you kind of do very similar tasks like over and over again. But with uni, I have to use so much brain power every day. Like I can't do anything on autopilot. I'm like just churning through all the equations and stuff that we've learned, trying to understand it. Yeah, it's a lot. Although I am quite enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying the content and just like being on campus, the social aspect. It's been so much fun, and I forgot how amazing it is to have normal uni life again. If you're new here, I do an economics degree at the University of Bath and I'm in my final year. So let's go. A day of lectures, seminars and studying. So first I'm heading to my favourite study building at the moment, which is School of Management. I just love it because it's so bright and it has a really nice cafe, and obviously it's a completely new building, so love studying here. And I'll just show you guys like how I set up like what subject I'm going to study throughout the day. So I've got this like detailed schedule on Notion, and I can always change it around, but it's just a rough guide so that when I sit down to study I'm not like what should I do today. So highlighted in pink is lectures, yellow is seminars, and green is extracurricular, and then everything else is just my own free time. But I've assigned a module that I'm going to study in each hour slot, and I've kind of done this so that there's 4 hours of my own time per module. So after adding the lectures and seminars, that's 7 hours per module per week. So times 5 modules is 35 hours a week of studying. To be honest, it probably ends up being less than this because of like procrastinating and chatting sometimes, but this is just a rough guide, and I'd highly recommend doing this just because it makes sure that I study the same amount of time per module. This day I was working on macroeconomics as I felt like I was behind in it, and I'll show you more about how exactly I study and take notes later in this video. Next, I had a seminar, and this is where it's a small class of less than 30 people, and we go through exam questions and how to answer them, and we usually attempt them beforehand and then go through the answers in the seminar. And it can be less intimidating to ask questions because there's like less than 30 people as opposed to like over 100 in the lecture. Oh my gosh, I've just picked up my copy of Bath Time and I'm actually featured in this. So my lovely friend Lucy is actually the editor-in-chief of this student magazine, and she suggested I do an interview about being a content creator and working while studying. So this was so fun. I'll link the online magazine down below if you'd like to read it. But yeah, so fun to do this interview and be featured. Okay, so the way I take all my lecture notes is on an iPad Pro, and I use the app Notability, which is a paid app, but you just pay a one-off fee of £10, and I'd really recommend it. I import the lecture slides into the note, and then I just annotate them with anything the lecturer is saying. I try and get down as much as possible, because I feel like they sometimes just say things like really casually, but then that will be really important. So I try and get down as much as possible, and I highlight things that seem important, and like highlight things in different colours when it's in an equation. Also, I've actually been doing the reading recently, which I'll be honest with you, I have not done the reading in first year and second year at all, but doing it this year has made me realise how much it actually helps, and like it just brings a new perspective. So if you don't really understand what the lecturer is saying, doing the reading just really helps to broaden my knowledge. And I kind of just do the same technique when I'm doing the reading. I'll just add anything that's relevant from the reading into the lecture slides. So all of my notes are just on that document. Obviously, as I'm handwriting everything, it does take a bit more time, but I really like this because handwriting everything makes me remember it more, because it's actually kind of going into my head, rather than if I'm typing, it can sometimes be a bit mindless. Then if I'm doing seminar questions, I'll add the seminar questions to the end of the same document, because I like to keep everything in one topic together. And then I'll attempt the seminar questions. You can kind of see them on the screen here. I kind of like copy the question and then answer it underneath, so everything's in one place. And I do struggle to answer the questions. I also find that if I attempt the questions beforehand, I'm more engaged in the seminar, because I actually want to know if I've got it right, or like what the answers are. She was like, come on guys, I was so happy when you just answered the question.
I think everyone in my campus has the same issue. It was really hard to see what she was.
Just got back from uni and I'm literally exhausted. I've just made myself some yogurt and strawberries and nuts, which is a great snack. But I'm probably going to make dinner soon because I'm very hungry. Okay, I've just got ready for the evening. Got my little blanket hoodie on. I really need to wash it. So I wear it like every day and I've never washed it. That's a bit disgusting. Anyway, I forgot to tell you guys that I'm not doing a dissertation anymore. So if you've watched a couple of my previous videos, you might be a bit confused because I did mention that I was doing a dis. So let me tell you what went down, because it was a stressful time. On the first week of uni, there was an economic social organised at a pub in town, and so many people were there, like over 100, maybe over 150 people, all on my course and in final year. So it was really fun, and all the lecturers was there as well. So obviously like socialising, asking people what modules they're doing and if they're doing a dis. And the main reason that I chose to do a dis is because I thought that's what everyone else was doing. Like I didn't actually know what I wanted to do. It definitely wasn't that I was like excited or passionate about doing a dis at all. It was just that I thought that's kind of like what you do at uni, like that's kind of a final year thing, is writing a dissertation. But then when I got to chatting to everyone, it turns out like loads of people aren't. And it was so funny, like I was with Drew as well, and we kept looking at each other like, oh my god, like, and everyone kept saying like, oh no, I'm not doing a dis and all this stuff, and we kept looking at each other like, oh no, like have we like made the right decision and stuff. So the next day we were talking about it. Drew met with her supervisor and really liked the supervisor and the topic and everything, so she stuck with that. And then my supervisor couldn't meet until Monday, and the director of studies said we had to hand in module changes by 5 p.m. Friday, and the social was on the Thursday night. So I only had Friday to like think this through. So I emailed like 5 members of staff with like a really long email about my situation and how like I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to do it, and basically asking for any advice of like the type of person that should do a dis / shouldn't do a dis, because basically the alternative is 2 extra modules. The options were 4 modules and a dis per semester, so 8 modules and a dis, or if you don't do a dis, you do 5 modules per semester. So the dis is only worth 2 modules in total, 1 per semester. And I was kind of thinking, for the effort that it takes to do the bare minimum of a dissertation, I could go above and beyond in one of the modules, or you know, put equal effort into all of the modules. So that was kind of my main reasoning behind choosing not to, was that I was thinking for the same effort that a dissertation takes, I could go above and beyond in my modules. Obviously don't take that as like something that's really true, because I've never done it before. I really don't know. I don't know what the right decision is. I don't think either of them is an overwhelmingly right decision or wrong decision. It's just like, I just got to try my best whatever I do now. But then something else that pushed me not to do it is when I emailed those 5 members of staff to ask for advice, the least helpful person was my dissertation supervisor. I'd never met him before, I didn't know who he was, but I sent this really long email asking for advice, and his response was just agree, full stop. If you have doubts, that tells something, full stop. And that was it. And then a few other members of staff got back to me with like a really long email saying kind of pros and cons and like really giving me advice, which I was really grateful for. And the fact that my dissertation supervisor just said that kind of knocked my confidence a bit and kind of made me think, is he gonna be helpful enough, and like, is he gonna give me a good grade? And then on top of that, I wasn't actually that excited about my topic. Like, I'm interested in so many areas of economics and I would have been interested in it. I definitely couldn't say that it was like a passion, if that makes sense. And then I did consider changing subjects of the dis, because the director of studies from last year, he gave me some really good topic ideas that were kind of linked to my career path, which is like more into digital marketing, and the topic ideas were to do with innovation and like how that affects the economy, which I am interested in. But by that time it was kind of too late to switch supervisors. Basically, like, they assign you a supervisor based on the topic, so it was just a bit of a stress to like try and change and everything. And also I am doing a module next semester about innovation and entrepreneurship, which I'm excited about, and that kind of like fulfills my, you know, like interest in that topic. So after all that, I am not doing a dis and I'm doing 5 modules per semester instead, and I've got a mix of exams and coursework. I think I've tried to make it so that I've got 2 coursework and 3 exams for each semester. I'm happy with that and it's going well so far. I think it's the right decision for me. I'm having a personal tutor meeting next week, so I'll discuss it more then. But like, that is my decision now. I'm not changing it. Well, you can't really change because like we're too far in now. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And I'm just gonna try my best with the situation I've got now. Something else I forgot to mention that I realised only after I'd chosen to do a dis was that we actually don't do a lot of research and essays in the economics degree, so I'm not very confident in it because the degree is mostly maths, so I actually don't really know how to like research and do an essay, which is another reason that I decided not to do the dis. I've got myself a little green tea and I am going to make dinner now, and what I'm trying to do is do like full days of uni so that I have the evenings free. So I'm not doing any work tonight. I'm just gonna chill, make dinner, chill with my housemates. Yeah, I feel like that I've done enough today to have this evening off, and that's how I aim to do every day. Good evening, and I'm probably gonna finish the vlog after dinner, so thank you so much for watching.